Okay, so now let's go back to your balloon. Click on your balloon one. Make sure you're saving as you're going along. Let's see. We've got, of course, the movement, but we're going to add a new bit of script in for if he gets hit. So when the green flag gets clicked, we want to say forever if something happens. Forever if he gets hit by the bullets, isn't it? So we need to use some operators in here because there's going to be a few different bullets, isn't there? There's 3 different ones altogether. So if I just drag one ore into another ore, as you can see we get 3 different options. So we want bullet 1, bullet 2, or bullet 3 they should be called. Mine's just called bullet there. So we want to say forever if touching one of those. Now it's a little bit awkward because it's got we've got to get all 3 of them in here, but that's no bother. Just make sure you've got the bullets in there as so. So if the balloon touches any one of these bullets, the great thing about this is we're only really going to have to write this code once, because once we add more airships in or more baddies, we can of course just copy and paste this code across to them. So making sure we're getting it right on this first one will make a big difference later on. Okay, so forever if touching any one of those bullets, we want to switch to the different costumes and then collapse, don't we? So we've got those different costumes, costume 2 and costume 3, to show that it's over. So let's go to the scripts, cancel that, thank you. Let's go to looks, and we want to go to switch to costume 2, and we of course should wait for a moment while it's exploding, otherwise it will just skip straight through it and we won't actually see it. Let's give a little bit longer on that one, so just 0.2 of a second. And next up we want to switch to costume 3, and then we want to, what do we want to do? We want to wait for a little bit while that's floating across, don't we? So we'll just wait 1 second on that, and then of course hide. Now this might throw up an issue, because on the other one here, whilst we're going round, let's see what happens. You might be able to guess what the problem's going to be. There we go, look, it's already appearing as a blown up aeroplane, as a blown up balloon, so we're not actually getting it starting off as a balloon in the first place. So whenever it loops back around, we want to switch it to that first costume. So let's see, switch to costume 1 goes in the bit above. Okay, now it could go in, you know, anywhere around here before the show, just as long as it knows to switch to costume 1 before it starts looping around. Let's press the green flag. There we go. And if I fire, there you go. If it hits the bullet, it disappears and floats away. And it should wait a little bit longer, and in a while it will loop back around again and reappear. I can shoot it again. Fantastic. Now as you can see, Biggles is a little bit big, so is the airship at the moment. If we want to change the size of our characters, very easily done with the different controls in the top there. You just have to keep clicking on them to make them a bit bigger or a bit smaller. So there we go, make that a little bit smaller, so it's a little bit more challenging. Okay, once you've got that and you've got the shooting work, you're ready to move on to the next video. Save as you go.